Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really going to cut straight to the chase on something vital for, well, any local business owner out there. How do you actually get noticed in the local map pack, without wasting time on, old tricks that maybe don't work so well anymore?
Right.
We're digging into this new free resource, the GBP Performance Boost Audit. But really, our mission today is to pull out the key idea, the strategy behind why this audit even exists.
Yeah, and that insight is just so crucial because, look, for a long time in local SEO, it felt like everyone was talking about behavioral signals.
Oh yeah, CTR especially, click-through rate.
Exactly, click-through rate. Getting a high CTR on your Google business profile. And look, our sources definitely confirm, yes, a good CTR strategy can help your ranking, for sure.
There's always a but.
But if you're still just leaning on that, only that, you're kind of missing how Google's thinking has evolved.
Yeah.
How it builds trust now.
Oh, okay. So the old one-trick pony approach, focusing just on clicks, that's kind of over.
Pretty much.
And the big finding then, the thing driving this whole new approach, the real aha moment for getting quick results, is that CTR, well, it still plays a part.
It does, yeah.
But the real boost, the accelerator, comes when you combine that with really optimizing the actual website when you link from your Google business profile.
That's it. It's the synergy. It's like the handshake between the two. Google's basically saying, okay, I see the claim you're making on your profile.
Yes.
Now I need to see solid proof over on your website. And if you get that connection right, that alignment, the ranking improvements, they come quicker and they're way more stable than just, trying to manipulate clicks.
Makes sense.
So the whole idea behind this free audit they're offering is, well, they believe so strongly in getting this connection right. They're essentially giving away the blueprint. How to fix that handshake if it's broken.
Okay, let's dig into why Google cares so much about this link all of a sudden. I mean, why is tweaking the destination website more important now than maybe it was a couple of years ago? It feels like local SEO flips, every year or so. What's different this time?
Yeah, it does shift fast. But this change, it's really rooted in Google's bigger push towards entity recognition. Think of it like this.
Okay.
Your Google business profile, that's like your name tag. At a huge conference, it tells people in Google what you claim to be. Maybe B2B plumber, maybe emergency dentist, whatever it is.
Right. The claim, the assertion. Got it.
Exactly. But the website you link to, that's that's the detailed research paper, the portfolio, it's the proof. Google isn't just satisfied anymore seeing your name tag says plumber and lots of people click it.
Wow.
They actually want to crawl that linked website and find dedicated pages, proper structured content, clear language that proves, that corroborates that you really are a B2B plumber who works in these specific areas and does these specific jobs.
Right. So if my GVP says I'm a luxury dog groomer. But my website is just like one page with a phone number and a fluffy dog picture. Google sees that as a mismatch. The claim isn't really backed up.
That's misalignment right there. Yeah. And Google uses this kind of entity logic to figure out trust. If the main categories you pick on your GBP profile are perfectly mirrored and even amplify by really good detailed service pages on your website, Google goes, okay, this business looks consistent, it knows what it is, and that makes it trustworthy enough to rank higher.
Internal consistency equals trust.
That's the key, and that's the secret to the quick performance boost they're talking about.
Okay, so let's get practical. What does this free audit actually do? If I'm listening and I give them my info, what specific bits are they looking at to find this misalignment?
Yeah, good question. They're really laser focused on checking that consistency. So the audit team reviews two main things. First, the exact category or categories you've listed in your GBP. Simple enough.
Right.
Then they cross-reference that against the actual pages you have published on the website you've linked to.
Yeah.
They're not really checking, your site speed or design in this audit. They're checking your content strategy map. Does it match up?
Okay, let's try an example. Say I run a car repair shop.
Okay.
And on my GBP, I've put, auto tune-up service and brake repair shop as my categories. What would misalignment look like there?
Misalignment would be if your website just had like a general Our Services page and it just listed tune-ups and brake repair in a bullet list among 10 other things. That's weak proof.
Okay.
Alignment, which is what this audit helps you achieve, would mean having a dedicated, really detailed, optimized page specifically about, say, advanced brake repair and rotor replacement, and another separate detailed page for engine tune-up and performance servicing.
Oh, so depth matters.
Depth and specificity. If you claim specialized services on your GBP, your website has to provide that specialized proof, not just a mention.
Okay, that made total sense. So the goal of this review isn't to fix my whole website. It's specifically to find what's missing in that relationship between the GBP categories and the website pages.
Precisely, and that's why the report they send back is so powerful. It doesn't just give you high-level advice. It goes straight to specific action items.
Twist.
Exactly. It's basically a checklist saying, okay, based on your GBP claim for brake repair, you're missing this specific page on your site. Or maybe your existing brake page isn't detailed enough to provide proper proof.
Right.
And they're confident because they see it work, that if you actually implement these very targeted action items, you will see results, observable improvements.
Okay, here's where I need to push back a bit, just playing devil's advocate for a listener maybe. You say quick results.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm a busy small business owner, optimizing a website, creating new, deep content, that sounds like a lot of work. Technical, time-consuming. How can focusing on this alignment be a quick fix, realistically? Sounds more like a big project.
That's a really fair challenge. Totally get it. The key difference here is that the audit isn't telling you, go redesign your entire site or write 50 blog posts.
Okay.
Because it's so targeted, so surgical, it isolates only the highest leverage gaps. The things causing the biggest disconnect for Google's trust signals.
So maybe I have 5 services listed on my GBP.
Right.
But maybe only 2 of them are actually driving most of my visibility or calls. But those 2 specific services have 0 supporting content on my website.
Exactly. The audit would pinpoint those 2 critical pages as missing. Or maybe 3. Or 5. It gives you a very short list of required page topics.
Oh, I see.
The missing pieces of proof that directly match up with your most valuable GBP categories. And creating, say, 3 to 5 really focused, well-written pages. That is achievable relatively quickly. It's maybe a weekend project or something you task out. It's not a year-long website overhaul.
Okay.
And because you're directly addressing that trust requirement from Google based on their entity logic, the results from adding just those specific pages can show up much, much faster than just doing generic SEO work like random blogging.
Okay, that makes sense. The surgical correction idea versus a massive overhaul, that's what makes the quick result claim plausible. It's about directly hitting that trust button for Google.
You got it.
Now, speaking of trust and credibility, this free report, is it just, a fancy lead magnet? Or is there real substance behind this specific strategy they're recommending? How do we know it's legit?
Yeah, crucial question for credibility. And this is important.
Yeah.
The team offering this audit, they use this exact same strategy, this exact same process to optimize things for all their paying local SEO clients.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. This isn't some generic automated report stood out by software. It's based on the actual methodology they use day in, day out when they're managing paid accounts where clients expect to see results and fast.
Wow.
So when you get this audit, you're essentially getting the strategic foundation, the core thinking behind their paid service for free.
That's a really significant point for listeners. Okay, so if someone's listening and thinking, all right, I want this, what are the practical steps, the logistics? What info do they need to provide to get this analysis going?
They've tried to make the process pretty straightforward. You click a button, fill out a form. And because the whole point is connecting the dots between your GBP and your website,
right,
you do need to provide some specific details. Obviously, your email so they can send you the report, but also your exact GBP business name, your GBP share URL, that's important so they can easily see your profile structure, and of course, your main website URL.
Okay, email, business name, GBP share link, website link.
Got it. And since we've established the whole strategy hinges on that category to content match.
Exactly. They also need those targeting bits. You need to tell them your primary GBP category and any important secondary ones you're using. And critically, the exact target city or main service area you're trying to rank better in. They need all those pieces to run that correlation check properly. Makes sense. They need the inputs to find the gaps. And the turnaround time, you mentioned it's quick.
Yeah, very quick, which again kind of supports the idea that this isn't some massive boil the ocean analysis, it's focused.
Right.
Once you give them all that info, you should get the custom audit back that blueprint of what's missing, usually within about 24 to 48 hours, emailed right to you.
Wow, that is fast for a custom look.
Yeah.
And finally, they also mention if you get the report and you're like, okay, I see what's missing, but I need help actually doing it,
Yeah.
the company's happy to provide that support.
That's right. It's pretty transparent. You get the diagnostic map, the same kind they use for paying clients, for free. And then if you need help actually building those pages or optimizing them, they offer that help. It's optional, of course.
So it's like,
Yeah.
here's the diagnosis, here's the blueprint, and hey, if you need a builder, we can help with that too.
Exactly. It shows they're pretty confident in this specific approach. They're willing to show their hand up front.
So let's synthesize this. The big takeaway, the core message here, feels like a real shift in local SEO thinking. The fastest way to boost your ranking isn't just trying to get more clicks anymore.
The primary way.
It's about aggressively connecting your GBP category claims with solid, detailed, proof-filled content on your actual website, making that link undeniable for Google and this free audit. It's basically giving you the personalized blueprint to fix that crucial connection using the same strategy they use for their paying clients.
That's the summary right there. And maybe, just to connect it to the bigger picture, if this is the exact strategy they rely on for paying clients, clients who obviously demand results, then you, listening right now, should probably be asking yourself one really critical question. The services or categories I'm claiming on my Google business profile, are they truly backed up by pages on my website that are detailed enough, specific enough to prove I'm the expert I claim to be?
Right, that's the check.
Yeah, because if that gap exists, if your website isn't providing the solid proof to match your GBP claim, that inconsistency, that's very likely the single biggest thing holding your local ranking back right now. Find the missing proof, add it, and the rankings, well, they tend to follow.